Friends, welcome to the shortest time period between two of our podcasts.
I mean,
Hopefully,
I wouldn't say friends.
the
No, I'm joking.
but hopefully y'all have had an absolutely wonderful weekend. What did y'all get up to? What happened? Where the
Matt, are you
dogs?
live?
No, I'm not. Why don't
Okay.
you go first?
This weekend, I fenced in some cows.
Wait, I thought you already had fences.
You tackled cows?
This was at my father-in-law's farm. Yeah, he had a bear that ran through and took out one of the fences.
A bear ran
What?
through?
Yeah. At one point, Ash was like, is this cow fur? Pointing at one of the barbed wire fences that was still there. He was like, no, that's a bear. That's bear fur.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, they take stuff out easy. They're like, barbed wire? Whatever.
Dang.
Finally scratched that itch.
That's
It's like,
crazy.
I ain't
Crazy.
scared of no barbed wire. I'm coming through.
Yeah.
Did it take any of the cows with it?
No. They don't eat cows.
What?
So I was about to ask, is like bear attacks on cows a thing at all? I don't know.
I think cows are too big for a bear.
Yeah.
Cows are too big for a bear.
Like
So we're not talking,
technically
like,
the bear
grizzly bears and stuff like that,
I
right?
no, I think a bear could kill a cow.
Yo, for
But
sure.
I think they see the cow and they're like, I'll go eat something smaller.
Wow.
But that's conjecture. I don't know for sure. I don't even know if that's conjecture because I don't know what that word means.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you know what that means.
Time to learn.
That sounds like a big
Time
word.
to Google.
It's an opinion or judgment based on inconclusive or incomplete evidence. It was
Oh,
actually
Yeah,
completely
that's
correct.
a good usage.
Okay.
Otherwise known as guesswork.
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 Well,
there it
I
is.
think it's like educated guesswork, which I mean,
Yeah, I know that most predators around here don't attack cows because they're too big. But if you had wolves around, like if you lived in one of those brilliant states where they're like, we're going to reintroduce wolves,
silly.
and they're going to kill all of your cattle, but we're going to pretend like they don't.
we're gonna pretend they don't.
Yeah,
That's
what
good
happens,
sign.
dude.
It's a good sign.
What happens? Oh, you know what?
Mm.
Right before the last podcast, I didn't get to mention, we watched the blood moon. It was a blood worm moon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
we
cool.
did that too. We did
You
that
did?
too. It was really dope.
Nice.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it blood moon?
Did your moon have a little sliver of white at the top?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
like a little bit.
An actual blood moon. You guys are talking.
Yeah,
about
have you
an
seen a blood
actual
moon in person, dude?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Well, we
Definitely worth
had the,
doing it at least once.
We had the eclipse too. Oh my gosh, Anthony, you turn green again. He's the Hulk.
That is weird. Now,
He's
am
the
I
Hulk.
green for you?
Ash, do you see this?
Not green for me.
Okay, Ash
I'm gonna look at
just
Twitch.
confirmed.
Hold on.
Boredom
Yeah, you're
is
definitely green in the stream though.
Yeah, definitely green. I
That's-
do not.
That's a VDO thing.
Yeah, this has to be a VDO thing.
Yeah.
I think he's transforming. Bruce Banner has
Oh.
arrived.
Be right back. Hold on 1 second.
This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. You legit turned green, my dude. I know.
Why is the chat not joined?
Yeah. Let me just see if maybe I can. Oh, you're back. You're back to not being green.
Okay. Did you start the shared chat?
I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're in it.
Okay, because Ash is chatting on Tap. Is Taphaven in it? Because she's chatting on Taphaven, but that didn't show up.
It says that everybody's in it. Totally fine.
It didn't
Yeah.
show up in your chat though either.
Oh my gosh, the Anthony being green thing is going legitimate right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
I wonder why that is.
So I had briefly turned on green background for capture a group scene in the
Yeah.
director thing, but I turned that off.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower the bit rate here. Everything is broken. Ash, timeout.
Everything
We
is
need a timeout on Ash.
God.
Everything is fine. Everything is good.
Dude, yeah, I don't think the chats are joined because her
Maybe-
chats on Taphaven aren't coming to the group chat window on
Interesting.
Twitch.
But you see it, right? You see
Here.
you see that we're in the group chat.
Everything's broken.
Yeah, everything.
I see the chat. Share chat has not been enabled.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah,
There it is. Called it.
why doesn't it save that as an
know.
option? That's crazy. Okay,
There.
my
Now that just posted
guys,
everywhere.
my bad. My bad.
The green thing is weird.
The green thing is weird. Well, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with it. So we might have a Hulk for some of the stream, but yeah, we've learned a lot though.
Wait, and that's gone.
Nat is gone. This is the broadcast.
So you saw the blood moon. Did y'all wake up at when did y'all wake up? We woke up at like 2 a.m.
We stayed up. We were
Stayed up.
Yeah, we just happened to be up.
Savages.
Yeah. We just happened to stay up. And I don't think we stayed up for the
just
peak.
happened to stay up. Yeah, we walked outside and we just happened to see the blood moon. Didn't even know it was gonna happen. It's just we're night owls.
Actually, that is 100% accurate. I legitimately was just up, and B was just up, and B was like, "Oh, I think that the eclipse thing is on tonight, and it's going to be like a different color." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." She's like, "Oh, go check on it." And I walked outside, and I was like, "Oh, look at the thing."
And then you were immediately like, I need to build shelter because all the monsters are about to come out of the ground.
Dude, best part of Terraria, full stop, was the blood moon.
Yeah.
So good.
There's a lot of games that do that.
Yeah.
There's what else does that? I mean, I guess whatchamacallit does that. Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. It has something. It has some moon mechanic.
I think the blood moon in Breath of the Wild is when everything respawns if you haven't like rested.
There's like the blood. Yeah, there is a blood moon in Breath of the Wild. Nice. You know, I did not play a lot of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because it kind of sucked. What? Who said that? I didn't say that.
Yeah.
It didn't.
I'll put it on my sleeve. I said it. I actually, it's really just one mechanic too that really gets me. The weapon degradation in Breath of the Wild
so dumb.
is by far one of my least favorite.
Have they heard of repair?
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of
How
my
hard is
least
that?
favorite mechanics in any game.
Are you
In any
guys
game.
butt hurting about Breath of the Wild?
Well, we were talking about Blood Moon, and we were talking about the mechanics.
yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, I think there's one in Breath of the Wild." I was like, "I don't know, because I didn't play that much Breath of the Wild."
There is.
It sucked.
And then he said that.
Breath of the Wild doesn't suck.
I mean,
it's just it's just a beta for tears.
That's what I was about to say. When people say that a fully released game that cost everybody like $70 is a beta /
Yes. Yeah.
a proof of concept for the next overpriced game that barely runs, well, maybe we got scammed.
And you know what you have to do in that type of scenario? Drink.
I showed y'all the melting of my keyboard, right?
You did.
I talked about it. I couldn't remember if I
did.
showed
You
you
did.
that this
You
is where it melted.
You did. Yeah. We saw what Eric did to your keyboard.
I was thinking about that because it's just
I-
like falling apart.
And in return, I got you some of the whiskey we're about to try.
Fair.
In return.
Fair.
Accidentally in return.
Before we start, do I take this before or I take it after?
After.
Okay.
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was my thing after the stream. I had a wicked hangover. Almost
we heard.
immediately.
Mel texted us.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was dead.
That's
so we will not be
crazy.
doing that again.
That's fair. That's fair. Get that cheers in, man.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about the whiskey house and of course all this stuff, and of course they have the largest collection of Willet in the world. And so I thought it apt because one of our Christmas whiskeys that I was able to get was the wonderful 8-year weeded bourbon from Willet. And a lot of people actually say this is one of the rarest Willets you can get. Obviously, this isn't 100% the case.
Weeded bourbon.
What are we doing? Thus begins the ASMR collection.
No ASMR.
What is that
We're
guy's
joking.
name? His name is almost Willet or Weeded.
Will
Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Willet. Weeded Willet. Will Wheaton. Willet.
Will
Weeded
Wheaton.
Willet. Say that 8 times fast.
Will Wheaton's Weeded Willet.
Ooh, I hate that.
Will
Wheaton's
Wheaton's Weeded Willet.
No, stop. I
Be
hate
the best
that.
Willet.
Willet.
Will Wheaton's will it be the best?
The best Weeded Willet.
When with Weeded Willet
Oh my goodness.
or something like that. It has to be all W's the entire way.
Yeah. Oh. So the Willet Company, the Willet Distilling Company, started in the early 1900s, and they are probably most renowned for releasing very particular single barrel releases of both bourbon and rye whiskey. I don't actually think Willet releases their specific mash bill for any whiskey.
Wow.
And this is one of their new releases they started doing, which this is a weeded bourbon. We know it's a weeded bourbon. That's about all we know about it, other than it's also an 8-year bourbon. And
Still a child.
Yeah, it's
Still a
still
baby.
still a youngin'. But it's supposedly, and now a lot of people are actually, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, a lot of people are kind of hating on this whiskey.
Oh no.
But a lot of other people say, hey, it's actually really, really good. So it's a very divisive whiskey in the world,
Okay.
and in the whiskey world. And we'll talk a little bit about why after we go ahead and try this guy. Now, weeded whiskeys tend to be a little bit softer.
Softer on the nose, softer in the palate, or just like softer, period.
On the cheek.
Wait, I wonder if my dad is watching the oh no, I was wondering if he's watching the podcast because he just sent me an old Irish quote that when I initially read, I thought might have been like a tongue twister.
Oh no.
But I totally forgot. It's St. Patty's Day
It
today?
It is St. Patrick's Day.
What are we doing? I didn't even know.
Oh,
We
we were
messed
supposed to
up.
drink an Irish whiskey? Did
We should
fuck
have.
up?
We should have had an Irish whiskey.
Oh,
So we're doubling up.
no.
Oh my goodness.
All the other whiskey podcasts are having Irish whiskey today.
I know.
And we
This
are
is
the
terrible.
idiots who didn't wear green to the party.
Double feature. Let's go.
Double feature. I might have to go get an Irish whiskey. But happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yeah, I could get.
And-
We have a
Mhm,
Powers.
mhm, obviously.
Definitely. Well, at least
Courtesy of my father, here is a wonderful old Irish quote.
Oh,
What butter and whiskey can't cure, there is no cure for.
Oh, butter and whiskey. What a
Happy St. Patty's Day, Umbra.
Happy
Nice
St.
to have
Patty's
you here.
Umbra. Hey, Umbra just dude.
Patty's.
Guys, we were talking about Umbra on Friday.
We
Uh-huh.
were.
And guess what?
We were.
He just released his first speed run video in forever.
What?
Like a day or two ago.
What?
Like the day or
Crazy.
two after.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, definitely go check that out. He is an amazing speedrunner.
Oh yeah, probably
What is
the
he
best.
speed run again?
Umbra's the best. Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Which, by the
Yes.
way, man, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about because I didn't get to talk about any of it last. We'll talk about it soon.
He acts as if we like tell him to shut up because we have to talk about other things.
Well, no, to be fair, we went for like 3 hours in our last episode, and I think somebody was finally like, "Guys, I have to go."
My food. I was like, my food's getting cold.
And in my head, I was like, I still have like an hour worth of conversation that I wanted to do.
I have an hour.
Good thing we're back 3 days later.
Exactly. This was a perfect time for a double.
Umbra, if you have a whiskey or something, maybe you could join us.
Yeah.
This is probably Umbra's first time. We do like a whiskey tasting, and then we talk about games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Occasionally we talk about video games.
And Anthony has become half green at this point.
Dude, this isn't me. I'm not doing it.
I know it's not you. It's just it's just crazy.
If we need an Irish whiskey, number 9 in our boxes is the Irish whiskey.
Number 9.
Yeah.
9.
So
Okay.
for Umbra and anybody else, one of the biggest things we do is we got these big advent calendars that usually you can see behind Eric, but I don't know if his camera angle changed.
It's the
I actually put it down here, so it's like below me down in this. Oh my gosh, trying to it's right there.
Bro, you're really trying to align
yours
your brain.
yours. No one can tell what that is.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So we get these 24-pack advent calendars, and we made it through one of them last year, and then sprinkle in some other whiskeys.
Exactly.
It's pretty special.
Man, this whiskey has a very bready oak note to it.
You started?
No, he's just so.
I smelled
smelled
it. I
He
smelled
just
it.
smelled
I
He
just-
just
no,
smelled
I
it.
just
He
smelled it. This
it.
is
I
just
watched
on
him
the
the
nose.
entire time. He didn't put
Just
it
on
into
the
his
nose.
mouth. It's okay. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but it's
very
very
bright.
bready, bright,
Mhm.
oaky. It's very
Smells great.
yeah, it smells like
really
a
good.
bourbon. It smells phenomenal.
It's pretty thick. It doesn't have a lot of legs to go on.
There's some crap stuck to the outside of my glass. I'm glad it's
Oh,
not on the
no.
inside of my glass.
It's a good
Good
time.
thing it's not on the inside.
Wait, hold on.
It
Did I
does smell
fool
really
myself?
good though, yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
did fool myself. It does have some pretty good legs.
Did you say it was bready?
it does. It has
Yeah.
a bread
You can
bready
smell
smell to it.
bread?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, my guys, let's jump into it. Cheers! Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy
Cheers.
St. Patty's
Cheers.
Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, Eric. There you go with your accent again.
I was wondering about that.
Dark. Ooh.
Hmm.
The tail end has this nice caramelly
Huh.
spice to it.
Mm.
Kind of like a spiced caramel, almost like a salty spice caramel at the end.
It's very
That is
thick.
This is
it's
interesting.
very
Yeah.
Very
It's a-
thick.
Interesting swallow. Pause.
There's still a good
Pause.
bit of there's like what is it? I can't remember what you call it, but it's like the oiliness.
Yes, very
Mhm.
viscous. Very viscous.
Like
Well-
it's not. It's definitely not. It hasn't left the building. It's still here.
Okay, so important note.
Mm.
I'm guessing this is far better than number 9. So if we are going to do number 9 as an Irish whiskey, we might want to grab that. Up to you guys.
Oh, I'd need to get another. Wait, no.
That'd be the only downside is it'd be so out of order.
Would be very out of order.
Do we?
I just
do,
like to
do
save
y'all
the best
have
for last.
Another Irish whiskey?
I have the powers.
We all have the powers again.
We have the powers. We have a red. I think we still still have a red breast. Is the red breast Irish?
Yeah.
What do you mean we all have the red breast?
I think we do.
Anthony,
Y'all
do you
finished
have a
mine.
red breast? Oh, we finished.
Oh,
That sounds like me, actually.
that actually was Eric. That was not me.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
You finished the
Oh my
12
gosh.
year? What a selfish cow.
We do have the powers.
Do you have the powers still, Eric?
Yeah,
Anthony,
I'd be
or
down
no?
to pour some of the powers. Anthony, do you still have the powers?
Dude, I don't know. Ash, do I still have the powers? What's it look like? Does anyone have it at hand?
I'll go grab my powers.
She just said,
Do I
"Do
want
you
green glitter for my
your
whis-"
whiskey?"
green glitter.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
I'm pretty sure you could. It's just that you don't want to.
I feel like the whiskey would explode.
I mean, yeah.
Umbra, she has glitter for her drinks. It's edible drink glitter.
Yeah, and it gets in his beard. He makes him feel special.
I don't.
It's a special drink glitter.
It looks cool in wine, but if I put that in
It looks
A
cool
whiskey?
in wine, like a white wine, or are you talking like a red wine?
both, man.
Oh, okay, that's fair, I guess. I mean,
It-
if you want like sparkly unicorn urine, then yeah, that's how you get a
There we
white
go.
wine with sparkles in it.
Ash, do we have the whatchamacallit?
The Powers.
The Powers
here,
Irish
I-
whiskey on a shelf?
I'll give her a graphic to look at.
If so, I also need a glass. Okay, well, this is now the solo cast. Been
It is
abandoned.
not. I'm right here,
So
you
today
dingus.
we're
It's right
going to
here.
talk about.
There you
Oh,
go.
it's green.
It looks like this.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
properly green.
Nice shot of unicorn cum.
Ash, are you ignoring me?
Oh, just a bit of unicorn cum.
Oh,
Just
what?
let.
What? What did I walk into here?
Dude, I don't know.
just a dab of unicorn cum.
I don't know.
I've had affiliate for a week, and
We're trying to just get rid of that real fast.
I guess I no longer have that.
Dude, Ash said it. Okay, I'm just putting it in the appropriate accent for the day.
What happens?
This
when
is
the
why she gets
mod-
banned.
Ah, I see. Was I supposed to ban her when she said unicorn cum?
Dude,
Did
she gets
I-
auto banned. You don't even have to. Like,
Oh, fair.
What's really funny is that got through on Twitch.
Yeah, it
too.
did. I'm looking at it right now. It's still here.
That's
she doesn't
crazy.
say things on YouTube anymore because she just gets banned over and over again.
Oh, YouTube.
She's
is-
been flagged. She's on the
YouTube's
no-flight
too
list.
busy.
She's
She's on
been
the no-fly
flagged.
list.
That's
No-fly
funny.
list is wild. All right, let me go ahead and grab a glass. Since Eric is here, and I can leave you with someone, so you're not
Yes.
alone.
I was all alone. All alone again.
This
Okay, hello.
this is actually a pretty good Willet. I don't mind this one bit actually.
Dude, what emote? Oh, I can see it. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's just dark. Dude, that's a great emote. We can't say that, guys. We can't say
I know
that.
it still hasn't been banned.
Matt, don't read it out loud.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
Otherwise, Eric has to bleep things out.
Can't even read it. It's so dark.
Yeah.
It says
Oh, I see what it says.
off.
Oh,
He
you
did
That
his
come
own
through?
beat.
Oh, that
it
comes
did,
through?
it did.
Oh, cool. I haven't used that in
Yeah.
forever.
should
All right. Well, I'm
definitely use
trying to
that
say that
more.
you got and I just if y'all would
Oh
everything
my
would be
goodness.
great.
Oh my
At
goodness.
the end.
My finger
And
got a
everything
little
would
carried
be
away.
great.
Everything would be great.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Okay. We are.
Man, I just
Ooh,
feel
actually,
I feel so
okay.
powerful now because now I can just and then I had said that too early, but I can
Yeah,
say
you did.
and y'all won't hear it.
Yeah, no, we can't. Watch it be like
Oh.
on somebody's stream. It's just all going through.
I know, right? I gotta.
Just for some abstract reason.
I need practice though because I totally held it down for way too long.
I mean, I like it whenever it's long because, like, if you're having a conversation and it's all bleak.
Ash
like, what
made
is-
that emote. Sorry, when you're having a conversation that's long.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Well, so-
this is delicious.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice whiskey. So I'll talk a little bit about this whiskey in particular and why it's kind of controversial.
Mm-hmm.
So Willet, like I said, is kind of known for these single barrel releases. And nobody really knows a lot about the first one. This Willet right here, the wheated bourbon,
Mhm.
is kind of overpriced for what it is. And we'll talk about the price when y'all guess. But it's kind of overpriced, and a lot of people think it's marketing in a lot of ways. And they made the nice black bottle that's like super sleek, and
Fancy.
this is actually on the lower age for them. They like to do 10 years, 11 years, things like that.
So this should be
Really
the cheaper
nice
piece
single-
of it.
So this should be a more affordable whiskey, but they've kind of upped the price. A lot of people really think that they're trying to get rid of some of their not up to snuff releases as a specialty.
Oh.
to kind of sell it at
Thank you.
at a novelty.
Are
right?
you saying that like this is not considered their primo stuff, their cream of crop?
It
should
is
just
not,
walk by
it is
with
not
just that
considered
hood
their cream of the crop.
Got it.
Cream of the
Sorry,
Got it.
y'all. My Irish whiskey has been delivered by a Murloc, and it frightened me.
That's funny.
She has a Murloc onesie.
Fantastic.
She was not wearing
Wonderful.
that earlier. so
Must
I
be
was-
nice. It's still cold over there. So this stuff is old, but not as old as they usually do.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of being perceived as being a downshift in quality
Yes.
with an upshift of price.
Yes. And so
Unfortunate.
there's a little bit of a misnomer. But I do have to say, in a lot of ways, I really still think it's pretty solid,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's got a nice caramel, spiced caramel note at the end that is very prevalent, has a lot of staying power.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just stays with you for a bit. It's a nice
yeah.
sipper.
You sip that one time and you're good for like a good like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Of just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm experiencing this.
And it's got some vanilla notes, like some creamy sweetness. It's oaky. It's got all the normal bourbon notes that you would typically be looking for. It is more subtle. I think it's softer than a lot of bourbons, and I think that's where the wheated part of it comes in, because wheat typically has that effect on bourbons. And yeah, it's just a very pleasant drinker in general, I think.
It's pretty dang good. It's pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
for Umbra and those that don't know, in addition to our Advent calendar, we like to try to get together once or twice a year, and then we share whiskeys. So that
Mhm.
bottle that Eric is showing is the same bottle that we're all drinking from. We aren't so sponsored yet that we all just go out and buy those
The
really
same.
expensive things.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
This is a communal effort.
But with that said, our first sponsor of the
Yeah.
podcast, which of course are the wonderful people at the Black Ice Fitness Crew, have released their first podcast, which will be a regular
Oh.
sponsor of the show. That episode went out last night at 7 p.m. So if you're into fighting, judo, that type of thing, and just absolute craziness,
You ever want to throw a man?
yeah, if you ever want to just know what it's like, that podcast will be going on at the same time, and you'll see me over there as one of the hosts there as well, and we'll kind of be helping each other out. To try
So
and
now
get
that
more
you're
viewers.
on a judo podcast, does that mean we don't get to hear the stories about like where this little thing came from?
Absolutely not.
Are you like gonna hold those from us now?
It's
no,
limited.
not at
Yeah.
all. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
No
dude, he
way.
does a martial arts podcast
He
now.
does-
They just
yeah.
started.
I mean,
Yeah,
How many
why
episodes?
would you double up on content? That makes no sense, you know.
It is only one episode released so far,
Okay.
which was done with the amazing Chris Velasco. I don't know that he'll ever be interested in the whiskey stuff, so I don't know if we'll ever see this, but absolutely amazing to sit down and talk with him for about an hour. His father is also just an amazing judo player. Both of them are like top of their craft in the world. And so we got to sit down and talk with him. Go over and watch that podcast if you want to get to know him a little bit better. And he's going to be doing a lot of fights this year. He is definitely one of those guys
He
I would
is
love
number
to see in
3?
the Olympics.
He's number 3 in the world.
Junior, can I show his
Yeah.
usajudo.com on stream?
Yeah, you should be able
Is that
to.
okay?
Yeah. He's a public athlete. You know, he's
Here
going
we
to be
go.
trying to go to the Olympics and stuff.
Is this
like
the guy
that.
that y'all interviewed?
Yeah, that's him. Christopher Velasco.
Sweet.
And we got to interview him and talk with him for a bit. And yeah, he's number 3 in the for
Wow.
juniors, top at 126 for the senior world ranking. But he's going to be fighting in Pan Am's this year. He's going to be doing the senior nationals this year. He is definitely one of the Olympic hopefuls, one of the best in the nation.
Really?
So definitely keep an eye on him, and definitely go check out that podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot
Keep
of
stretching,
content
kid.
coming out.
Keep stretching.
So
Nice.
speaking on that, I guess on that note, I'll go into this past weekend. That was my weekend. I was doing something judo related almost 24/7 the entire weekend. Some of that was getting that podcast prepped for release. We also hosted our own tournament. The Hulk is back. But we hosted our own tournament. We do a huge fighting tournament. It's like a team fight tournament once a year for veterans.
At the same time.
No. So you have two teams get put against each other, and you have all the different weight brackets.
I know.
And you go one at a time. And
I just thought it would be funny to have just like a bunch of various weights of judo practitioners all on the same mat.
Yeah.
It's like, start throwing.
Start throwing.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we did that tournament. That was like all day on Saturday. And then, of course, for people who don't know, my wife is Indian. So this weekend was actually Holi. So the Festival of Colors was
Holi.
this past weekend.
I thought it was Holly.
No, it's Holi.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's Holi.
I mean, he would know, Anthony.
It's Eric. What do you mean he would know?
I know.
They-
but at the
they-
same
that's what they
time,
do?
you have to assume that like it's been said around him enough.
Yes,
that
they
even
say
he
Holi.
can't say,
'Cause it's
it's
Happy Holi.
actually pronounced.
What if they're all confused? What is it that she always says? She says,
I'm not from here.
ABCDs. What if they're all
yeah.
ABCDs? Umber, do you know what an ABCD is?
What's an
Umber
ABCD?
knows what's up.
It's an
Umber knows what's up.
American-born confused Desi.
You were preaching to the choir now.
What if her whole family is ABCDs and they don't know how to say it? I don't know.
Nah, man.
But yeah,
Nah,
so
man.
we got done. I did 6 fights on Saturday, and then right after fighting, we went straight over to the Holi festivities, had a bunch of good food, and got covered in colors. And then Sunday we did more fighting, and so it was a judo filled weekend. I am so sore, it's not even funny. And then after judo yesterday, we of course played volleyball for 4 hours because
Jesus Christ, dude.
of course I couldn't, not physically torture myself from an athletic perspective for a weekend.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sir.
Oh,
that's what the whiskey is for. Healing.
You better check your joints. Because your joints might be 50 or 60 right now.
That's accurate.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's accurate.
oh yeah. I mean, every time he gets out of my car, he almost falls
Creaks
to the floor.
or
He like
pops out.
runs like
It's like-
40 meters away because he tries to run it out. And
I
not
need
beat it.
a few landing steps. I'm like a plane.
Bro,
I go
that's-
out with so much energy
that's
that it
not-
takes a second to slow down.
That's not how it works.
I feel like this is pretty reasonable.
That sounds
if
like
you
you're
were
trying
coming
to
out of the
continue
car
momentum
with
because
as
your
much
body
strength
can't
as I
hold its
do,
weight.
then you would also have to go a few feet before stopping.
I've never had to like plan my rollout like a parkour practitioner out of a car.
Whenever
This
he
has
gets
never
out of the
happened.
car, we can't tell if he's really excited to get where we're going or if we all should be running because he saw something.
I mean, you should probably do
Fair.
both
Fair.
because he's excited for some reason, but you don't know why. So you should start running.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So-
so what were you up to this weekend, Nat? I don't think we've heard from you.
What did I
yet.
do this weekend? So we had some friends over, and it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Hopefully they don't
I-
listen to this podcast.
if they do, they do. It's okay. I think there was
If they
like,
do,
I
you're
said
not
what I
welcome
said.
back.
I said what I said. I
Don't
said what I
come
said.
back.
No, I had a good time. It was just like the entire time. I think I had spent too much time alone, and I knew that I was also going to back to work soon. And like there was a lot of like stress that I had before it, and I was like, maybe I just needed to like be in a quiet room for a bit.
This was
for
the
like
end of
2
your
days.
spring break.
Yeah, because it's the end of my spring break, and I'm also trying to like fix my sleeping schedule and everything. But we had people over. It was okay. It was pretty chill. What else? I started writing again, which was good.
Writing is in like book writing?
Yeah.
No,
as
he
in
likes
book
to
writing.
write videos.
Yeah,
and record
this-
books.
This is what I do.
Well,
This
no,
is
no,
what I
no, no.
do.
You could.
I'm sorry.
Anthony, you're such a dick.
No. Look, okay.
Oh,
What?
Anthony.
No. Listen.
Look what you're
Listen.
doing.
Listen.
Look at his face.
Listen.
I'm gonna
Look what
need a
you've done
double
to the young
shot.
boy.
I'm gonna need 3 shots actually.
Don't do it, Vlad. It's not worth it.
Just watch my shorts for the next 3 days, and you'll understand where that came from.
Oh my god.
Because I don't know which day it comes out, but there's a short where that came from.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
But
You should be. Look at him.
you should.
Just look him in the eye.
So
Look,
what
no, this
have
is-
you been writing? Have you been doing like, and I guess to accurately represent where my mind was at, have you been doing, some people are like, oh, I'm going to write for 30 minutes every day and I'm just going to put pen to paper. Or do you have like a plan or a short story?
My
or,
goal is to write a short story every week.
Okay.
5-page short story every week.
Okay.
About
nice.
Kiko?
Yeah, sure, why not? Sure.
Kiko and the Golden Knights?
Yeah. My entire bookshelf is actually filled up with toy-sized dog breeds. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just write about that in short story form every week for 5 pages.
This week is Pomskis.
This week, Pomskis. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And how they are actually inferior to the Yorkshire Terrier breed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, I started writing. My uncle has me and my uncle have kind of trying to be keeping us accountable for creative projects, because the more we exist on this planet, the more we're like, man, we can't keep on doing this whole working thing. Like
That's
you got to
fair.
do something. You got to do something creative if it means like just getting it out the way so you can feel better about the work that you do during the week.
I
So,
also feel like as society moves in the direction that it has continuously moved in, creative work is really, at some point, the thing of value that
Well,
you can do.
There's a
Right.
thought experiment that a lot of people agree on that's eventually every job that is like repetitive and tedious will be automated.
Yeah.
And then humans will only have one type of job, and that is
Creative
art.
expression. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Just
Creative and artistic expression.
Yeah.
in
They're,
all shapes.
they're
and
saying that
forms.
AGI is coming in the next 10, 15 years, which pretty
It's
much
not possible. But okay.
I know. Anthony?
Yeah.
Exactly. And like oh man, I read this article today and I was like, guys, you are so out of touch.
Yeah.
like please touch grass and really like look at like the development that's going into all this. But yeah. So I was thinking like I would start with this whole book thing and write as much as I could, because I've always wanted to like finish a novel eventually.
Yeah.
And it's just like practice to do a skill. And then my sister's my sister, older sister, and my wife have both been like, you talk a lot about books, why don't you just like make videos about you talking about books? And I was like,
Honestly,
the market is pretty saturated in terms of like people creating content for book talk stuff. So
but the thing is, the only thing I would posit there is that there are so many good things to talk about.
oh, right now, yeah.
And while the market is saturated for some things, it is unsaturated for 10 times more. For example, I think a really good one for like me and you would be like Brandon Sanderson.
Like
But the
Cosmere.
Brandon Sanderson and Cosmere is very oversaturated,
Yes.
right? So like
Very.
we
He's
shouldn't
very
do-
prolific right now.
Yeah. So we shouldn't do Sanderson because of how oversaturated it is. It might work out, but how many people are doing,
The Rage of Dragons.
yeah,
Or some shit like that.
or like there
Or
there
looking
are
at my bookshelf,
so
hold
many.
on.
I know. I was about to go look in my book notes.
There's Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah.
There's
How
the
many
Cradle
people?
series. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that's come out that's like not exactly on the front page of people's
Andy
I-
Ware.
I guess so.
How many
I
how
guess
many
so.
people are still going into like Hamilton sci-fi? How many people are talking about those? Zero. How many people are doing smut? Nobody.
A lot of people are doing smut.
I'm,
What are you
I'm
talking
just
about?
messing with you.
I'm like,
Ash just brought that up.
sir.
So, but like in reality, the thing is there are so many people that love and fall in love with some of these books and would love to see different people dive deep into them,
into the actual book and talk
and
about like what they
nobody's
loved about
doing
it.
them. And there
I
are
see what you
so
mean.
many books that you will find a market for some niche. Like sci-fi, for example, is almost untouched unless it's the Star Wars books.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
actually,
if you
yes.
if you
yes.
really wanted to get into sci-fi and talk about sci-fi in a meaningful way and topics around that, like nobody's creating YouTube series about some of the more interesting sci-fi novels. You could talk all day about them too, and you get a little bit of science knowledge under your belt, and the sky's the limit there because people would love that. So
Fair.
I do think there's a huge market there that isn't saturated. I just happen to think that the market that me and you enjoy the most happens to be the most saturated market.
Fair.
Yeah.
Our brand of nerdism is very popular at the moment.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
think more likely what I would do if I were you is interesting, like
Niche
role play experiences.
niche role play experiences.
Yes. Because I think for better or for worse, there is still a huge market for it.
For people telling
And-
stories about like about role playing
Yeah.
scenarios.
Yeah. Like that type of thing. Or actually,
Y'all got it all wrong. Okay. You just have to accept one thing, Nat.
What's that?
If you are really, really good, nobody's gonna know until after you die.
Really good. If you're really, really
You just gotta
good,
accept
you know
that once you're dead, everyone will realize how awesome you are.
Yeah, if you're really good, you know.
you
And then when you
are
die-
the modern day Van Gogh.
And then when you die,
Van Gogh.
people love.
Where did he go with the van?
Death.
Or you could be Elvis and you become so famous that you fake your death.
Mm.
Yeah. So, how do y'all feel about this whiskey? What do
Pretty good.
y'all think?
the
Anthony's got
smells
pretty.
good.
Oh, Anthony's pretty good, and that translates to. I'm gonna go with a 5.75. Sounds like
Wow,
pretty
that's
good.
awfully specific. No, that is
Tell me I'm right. Tell me
I
I'm
think
right.
it's a
Tell me I'm right,
4,
Anthony.
honestly.
Tell me I'm right. What is it?
Mm.
Go
Good
on,
question.
Anthony. Come on. Give us a
Dot.
scale.
Mm.
'Cause you
Dot,
keep
dot,
talking this
dot.
stuff out the side of your neck. We need to know the
Mhm.
detail.
Yeah, we could give it a 5.72. Just kidding.
Oh, wow. Petty.
I'm
Petty.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
5.75 sounds
Eric's
pretty
like,
good.
Nah,
I
it's
guess.
5.7.
Because it's I was thinking 5, but it's got it's not viscosity. It might be caused by viscosity, but there's a different word that we use
Longevity.
for it.
Oily.
The oiliness. Is it
Yeah.
just
This-
oily? It's
that
oily.
Oiliness is.
Yeah,
But not in a bad way.
Yeah,
So that adds a little bit of character.
I
It
could see
smells
that.
really good. It's definitely very long lasting in terms of flavor. So
I
like
agree.
you sip it and then you're talking forever. And then it
Yeah.
still tasted there.
Go on and tell them how you really feel. Go on.
It has some staying power. 100%.
Yeah, it's got good staying power. This is properly green. Y'all can't see
Yeah.
it because of the green screen.
I mean,
wow.
we can kind of see it because it looks like it's colored like your background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
So it changed the color of your whiskey to green.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's my
he
Irish
put
whiskey, by the way,
green-
not the
green
Willet.
glitter in
Okay.
there, right?
That's
The
wait.
Bushmills.
Okay.
Can you read that?
This is
Yeah.
the special edition Bushmills from the show, right?
No.
Peaky Blinders.
No, she couldn't find that one.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, she couldn't.
She said this
find
was
it.
the only one that we had.
Oh,
I
But
see.
that one should still be there too, yes. No, this is the 10-year single malt.
Oh, that one's also really
Oh,
good.
yeah, Cleve.
I had that one
Aged
over Christmas break when I was there.
Mm-hmm. Bourbon and sherry casks.
Very nice.
I don't know where Sherry gets all these casks, but she has a lot of them.
Sir, you can't keep making that joke.
That's the first time.
I know. I'm joking. I'm joking.
You can't keep making that joke.
I don't know. It's kind of funny. I mean, Umbra's laughing.
That's a
It's a pretty good
pity
joke.
laugh.
It's a pretty good joke. It's a pretty good.
pity laugh.
I'll
Is
take
it
the
a
pity
pity
laughs. The
laugh?
pity laughs work.
So,
Pity the fool.
is this a daily drinker for you?
I mean, I probably couldn't afford it, but I would.
Fair. And what would you pay for it?
It's 8 years.
Yeah.
It's an 8-year.
Is there any other words?
No, it doesn't have cold
Is it a
chilled
bourbon?
or
Is it a
cold
whiskey?
filtered or
Is
anything
it a-
like that.
Is it
It's
a
a
blend?
weeded bourbon.
It's weeded.
That's two called.
So Will
that's two
Wheaton-
classifications.
Picked it out. Since Will Wheaton picked it out, I would totally pay like $80.
$80.
Yeah.
Okay.
$80. Okay.
Okay.
Nat? What would you
Yeah.
rate this? Whiskey?
This is a. Yeah,
9
it's
out
a
of 300.
it's a 5. It's a 5.
Okay.
It checks all the boxes, and it's an interesting spirit. The mouthfeel, as we've already mentioned, the flavor profile is unique in the sense that I haven't really had a lot of weeded whiskeys before. That being said, something about the really strong dark flavors in the middle isn't really like my deal. Like there was a lot of it. It almost like it didn't taste burnt, but it gave me the sense that there was like a abundance of like a thick dark syrup of some kind that was used along with this, or a thick dark like some kind of like confectionery that was used with this. And I'm not usually somebody who likes to go, like chew on something that tastes like just like burnt raisin, if that makes any sense. So this is a 5. I would not daily drink this, just because I feel like I enjoy. I guess I enjoy less sweet things than this. I feel like that's wrong. It's my opinion, but I still feel like it's wrong. But yeah, I would give this a 5. I would not daily drink this, and I would pay probably around $80 for this as well. I know that is probably way out the ballpark because you've mentioned Willet in the last podcast, and the way that it was being lauded, I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, there are some Willets that go for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
This
And
is
that's
obviously not one of those.
It's a pedigree,
For
though.
sure. But it is a pedigree. Willet
have the
has a
name.
pedigree.
Yeah.
So, man, I rate this at right around a 6 for me. I do like it. It's fun. It's different. I love darker flavors, so this really kind of hits in my general batter's box for sure.
Mhm. Okay.
So I love that about it. I do think it's really solid. I would totally daily drink this.
Wow.
If I could. Now we get to it's a liquid. We get to the most controversial price for this. Now they say
Yeah.
that, and I've seen this multiple places, that the MSRP for this is $170. Now, the distillery itself, when it has this, sells it for $230. So, the cheapest I've ever actually seen it is $260.
Bro, 260 is bonkers.
So I think you're getting this for about $260, $250, if that. If you were to luck out at the distillery, you're probably going to see it for around $230. And I don't think it's actually possible to get this at MSRP. Now, I don't know why that is. This is a very weird one, that the MSRP seems to be lower than any price that has been listed, because I've heard multiple reports that MSRP is $170, but I don't see that happening. So you're going to be paying about $250 for this 8-year wheated bourbon.
Insane, bro.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because we're not sponsored yet. But if you haven't heard of our great and lovely Frey Ranch, this is just as good, honestly.
Bro,
and on the regular,
I was about to say,
on the regular, you can get this for $60. Right now, you can get a combo pack with their 100% weeded Frey Ranch, plus this, and when you add this on, this is only $40, and it is really dang good. And that's what I've been drinking alongside this. And honestly, they're very comparable. Like,
And
the
Frey
weeded
Ranch, if you
Willet
wanna
is a
sponsor
little
us,
better.
Our
Yeah,
email
Taphaven
address
Ranch.
is taphavenpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to shoot me an email, and I will get back to you within minutes. I promise.
in the spirit of your ancestors, reach out to us, please.
Yes,
Reach out.
Here's the Lord and Savior Frey Ranch.
So
Yes.
yeah, this is one of those cases where
Right there it is. Look at that.
There's
beauty.
your bundle.
yeah.
100% barley, 100% wheat. Probably better.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try the wheat pretty soon. And
I do
we'll
have one on
definitely
the way.
compare it.
Are
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah.
Did you
I think-
already pull the trigger? Oh my god. Okay.
I sent it
Yeah.
to Ash
Let me
and
do
she
that
pulled the
now.
trigger.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pull the trigger.
I
and
have
get that
both
one
of
to try
these
it.
on the way.
Yeah, I was gonna get both of them as well, so
Wow.
that we can do the
Nat,
barley
you're the
and
only
wheat.
one that
I
got the last
know,
one. I was so jealous.
Yeah.
I know. I was
Couldn't
thinking
let
about
it slip past again.
Can't let it slip again. So I really do think this is a case where, is this whiskey good? Yes. Is it even great? Yeah, there's a lot to be said about this whiskey. I think it's a solid, great whiskey. Is it worth the price? No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
At 200, here's the thing. Once you get above $100, you're moving into some of the whiskeys on my top 10 list, right? And am I going to go choose this over any of those? No. Like, it's just not even comparable.
You're taking crazy pills.
Yeah, it's just crazy pills. So to go out of your way and say, I'm going to spend $150, like the Midwinter Night release of the year, I get for like almost MSRP at like $120 oftentimes. At $120, it's like number 6 on my whiskey list. And I'm going to grab that every year. And it's amazing. It is 2 times better than this easily at over or at under half the cost. Like, that's really hard. That's really hard. Am I glad I have a bottle of this so that I could try it? Yes. But it is not a release that I would recommend anybody pay this price for. I don't think that's the case.
Yet.
I think that if you want to get a Willet, you need to be going for the Willet Purple and the Willet Green tops. They're single barrel releases.
Purple and green tops. What does that mean?
So the Willet has releases that are the purple and green tops, and the purple top is considered the gold standard of Willet. Oftentimes you can find them at stores for MSRP and pay $120 for them. Oftentimes by the end of the year, they turn into $1,000 plus bottles, right? They release them every now and then. right? You got to find it in a store when they release. You got to buy it at MSRP.
There's no online storefront. Got you.
Yeah. You're not going to buy this on an online storefront. If you go online and look up a Willet Purple Top, you're going to be paying $900, $1,000, $500. Like, but when you find it at a store as a release, you'll oftentimes find it for a much more affordable price. If you're going to go for a Willet, I recommend wait until you see one of those in the wild and get one of the actual Purple Top Willets. Those are amazing. I got to try those at the whiskey house and they were phenomenal. 8 out of 10 whiskeys, 9 out of 10 whiskeys. If you can find one of those for under 150, you're in a really nice spot. But for an MSRP of 250, this is not the way. This is
ain't
not
it.
the way. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
So what would
So
I
I guess
actually
we-
pay for this?
Yeah, what would you pay for this?
I would want to see this whiskey at right around $70.
Yep. It's the only place that I feel like it actually fits.
100%.
Anywhere outside of that, I'm like, there are definite contenders that you should be considering outside of that.
Yeah, this needs to be at a price range that it can compete with the Wellers and the Eagle Rares of the world and the Russell Reserve 10, right? Because that's about where it sits. It's about as tasty as a Russell Reserve 10 year or an Eagle Rare or a Weller, probably like a full proof. It's probably around the full proof range, right? If it sat in that price range, this could pull its weight at $70-$80, 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, not for 250 for sure.
So will it or won't it?
Oh, it won't.
It won't.
It won't.
Dang.
Yeah, it won't.
It's
Not this
unfortunate,
will
but
it.
It's true.
Nat is green.
Oh wait, let me see.
I'm
I
green.
don't have it.
It's not just me.
Oh crap! I'm green.
Nat is hulking out.
Yeah,
So it is Astolfo. It is neither of us.
No. Well, I think it's VOD Ninja, but
But not happening on my Video Ninja.
wait, really?
It's not
Yes,
happening on my end.
I am
either.
using the Video Ninja browser source.
Are you using the same link that I am using?
I haven't changed it because it hasn't changed.
Okay,
It's
so
the
What
solo-
I said.
So I added those new URL parameters to try and improve the quality.
So-
because he's Danny
Yeah, so Umbra, only in the Taphaven Twitch and the Astolfo Twitch, every now and then there's like a green haze over me or Nat.
Yeah,
It's not happening in mine though, so that's why you're not seeing it.
Yeah, and it's likely to do with one of the, I imagine. So green, this color green and purple usually has to do with GPU problems. Likely they are encoding via the URL with the chunk. What I imagine is happening
That poor
is that
5080.
well, no. I don't think it's my GPU. I think it is the encoder that is being used when you switch over to chunking. That is the issue. So I might have the chunk too high.
Let's not talk about GPUs right now, okay? Umbra is not working right now. Umbra's trying to
fair.
Yeah,
relax,
Umbra,
okay?
My bad.
yeah.
We don't need to talk about.
He checks
It's
into
not
work
work
just
time.
like all of us, you know.
Yeah,
We're gonna
and
lose him. We're gonna lose him.
If you want to know, Umbra's one of the smartest people in the world. If you have a 5080, that was single-handedly his decision. And
Single-handedly.
he wrote that
His team.
in its entirety.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
feel free to DM him. I hear he has 15 at home.
Yeah, Umbra
And-
actually cloned himself to to actually manage the release of the 50 series.
Yes.
He had to kill every single one of the clones after the development was done.
Yeah.
though, So he's in a dark place.
Yeah, have you ever seen My Hero, like the clone guy who
Oh, yeah.
forgot which one was the real one,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
massacred the rest of him? That's pretty much.
That's based on Umbra's story, actually.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is Umbra.
Yeah,
for sure.
He was part of that was how he actually worked on the 30 series before that, and then
Yep.
also the 40 series. So
Yep.
he's actually the gladiator of all the versions of himself. He's probably the closest to being perfect as a human being that any of us could ever achieve.
I
You
think
know?
there are some stories that I've read that posit that he is the CEO and the board.
Oh, you heard
of
that too,
NVIDIA as
right?
well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now that's conspiracies, but I don't.
I mean, there's a
Yes,
there's a dose of truth.
Viking hat conspiracies.
Viking
Yeah.
hat conspiracy.
No. So
Oh my god. Speaking of, I actually have a 5080 on the way finally.
yes,
Oh
let's
my
go.
I still can't join the Founders Edition club though.
You didn't
So
get a Founders Edition?
maybe in
Oh.
like the 7 or 8,000 series I can get a Founders Edition, but I
Yeah.
still have never had a Founders Edition. I'm
Dude,
sad
I
about
do
it.
love the Founders Edition. It does. I will say
Yes,
the new chassis
dude.
looks so dope.
Umbra, Eric got a freaking Founders Edition. I'm so jealous.
I did get a Founders Edition.
Jelly
I lucked out
donuts.
so hard.
Mhm.
It is
Mhm.
super nice.
I will be. I'm super happy with my 4070 Super. I
You
don't
should
need to
be.
do.
You
anything.
should be.
not.
Yeah,
Don't need to
the
do
4070 Super
anything
is
else.
amazing.
Yeah. I'm like, I am
Yeah,
not
I got the
doing
5080
a
Founders
5080.
Edition.
Dude, yeah. And I was in line for the same one digitally. So that's
Yeah.
why he got it. Every time I'm in line with this guy and there's luck involved, he gets it.
I get
We're
it.
opening packs of cards, he gets the
Whatever the
Black
thing he needs
Lotus,
to get.
you know,
yeah.
he-
The Black Lotus.
like it's ridiculous.
if he had the Black Lotus, he'd be sitting on quite a pretty penny at this point.
He is
you-
sweet. Look,
man.
dude. He
Oh my
is
gosh.
sitting on a pretty penny. You should see his collection of cards
you actually
that
have a Black
I was
Lotus?
there when he got.
I'm gonna be real, Nat. I have
no.
given away a Black Lotus.
Not him. He didn't do it, right?
Yeah, I
was
didn't
an
technically do it. It was an accident. My collection was given away
Without his knowledge.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't mind where like the reasoning behind it, but yeah, I did have a Black Lotus in the collection. It wasn't a 10 out of 10. So like
You hadn't got it
arguably,
rated or anything.
yeah, it wasn't a rated one.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
it was probably in like the pretty good condition.
Yeah,
It probably would have gotten rated like a 6 or a 7. you
Yeah.
know?
So, for context, in case anybody doesn't know what a Black Lotus is, here is a listing on eBay.
But that is a 9.
That's a 9.
$60,000.
So it is more reasonable to look up a sick, like I would even argue like rated 6 Black Lotus MSRP
It drops exponentially, probably.
Yeah, so it probably would have been worth around 8, like 5
$8,000.
to 8 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
So like not nearly as much as the pristine ones. But yeah, I had a pretty solid collection. I had one dual land. I had one Black Lotus. I had 2 of the other Power 9s. I had like 2 of the Moxes. And then I had some smattering of different cards that I had collected that were all kind of given away.
this one?
I did have, however, actually worth more.
6 is
than
worth
that.
that's 13 euros. That's
Yeah.
actually worth that's more in
14,500.
American money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approximately 14.7 thousand. So this is the one that you had, Eric?
Yeah, it was probably about a 6. I never got it rated, to be fair, but it was probably about a 6.
Oh, what is the rating? Is this like a quality rating?
Yeah, in the
Yes,
top right
it's a
corner,
quality
you
rating.
send it into a rating office, and they
Oh.
go over the centering, edges, corners, surface to go ahead and actually grade it on a scale of from 1 to 10.
Card collecting is insane.
I will say, even more impressive now, and this wasn't the case the last time I checked, I had the complete collection from the original release of Pokemon.
You silly bastard!
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah, those were all given away as well. My whole card collection was given away. Essentially, I left it at home. There was a garage sale, and one of the kids was really interested in it. And so it
Bruh.
was given to the kids. But this was
One of the
this
kids,
was,
huh?
Yeah.
Was he in a fedora and had a neck beard?
No. It was like a 6 or 7 year old who was really interested in it. And
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Dude,
yeah,
I had
and-
some kids that I was kid too, and they were like, my parents had some friends, so that's why we were hanging out. They stole some of my cards.
Oh,
Yeah, no, checks out.
Yeah, I was looking through my deck and I was like, wait, where'd my this go? Where'd my that go? Where'd my that go? It pissed me off as a kid, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
So
you can't get
angry, dude.
revenge. You can't.
Yeah.
No one's gonna believe you either.
No one's
Yeah.
gonna believe you either.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, no, this was there, and they're like, okay, I mean, what
They're
was
just
there?
kids.
Oh, a card. Okay.
They're just
Like-
kids.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, my dad actually collected baseball cards, so you would think that he would
Be
understand how
all
important
about-
that was.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe he did, but I guess you don't sacrifice the adult relationship for
You
something
don't.
like that.
You don't, because
Yeah.
as an adult, you're going into somebody's house and be like, "Hey, so your kid's a thief.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna need her stuff back."
Yeah, I'm
Rough.
pretty sure they stole my like blue eyes or red eyes,
Oh.
blue eyes,
Blue eyes, white dragon.
You
blue
had
eyes, white dragon.
Oh, I don't know about the blue eyes. I know that.
Sorry, I
when
didn't.
we
I just
used
didn't want to
play-
say blue eyes, white, because that's
Whoa.
what my wife keeps saying every time I say it. So
So I remember that you
My
used to have
ultra-rare
a
blue
red
eyes white-
dragon. Because I remember you used to play. You like built a deck around the red eyes dragon
Red eyes, black dragon.
back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
oh yeah, I had a red eyes, black as well.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
So-
both stolen, both completely stolen.
Oh,
Incredible.
man, that sucks. Well, so funnily enough, over the last week, I wanted to talk about some of these things. There are, because I don't imagine that we have played a ton of games. I know I haven't, but I wanted to talk about some of the super exciting things in the gaming space
Okay.
that I am looking forward to.
Okay.
The first on that list, I'll bring it up first because Umbra's here. We have a new Doom.
Oh
coming
yeah,
out
yeah. What's it called?
this
Black Knight or something or whatever.
year. Yes, the Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages.
It comes out on May 14th, out of nowhere, and it looks. You have a shield that
Yep.
like has spinning blades that you can throw like Captain America, and a giant shotgun with like chains like this. It looks amazing. I cannot wait. Doom is like the most fun shoot 'em up, turn off your brain and just destroy everything on the screen nonsense. It looks so
Dude, the art looks
good.
incredible.
So good. And
the art looks incredible.
I'm gonna get to turn up all the graphics, get this on a 5080
to
and just
11.
mess. It's gonna be amazing. So I am so excited. I saw this last week.
Ooh, a ripcord chainsaw. Fuck. Oh
Dude,
yeah, that's
it
sick.
just looks
And you parry
so
back
sick.
weapon
Yes.
attacks. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's
that
gonna be
on,
so dope.
on the highest difficulty. That's gonna be actual like
Yes.
satanic.
Yeah.
That's actually terrible.
I cannot wait. I play all the Dooms on the highest difficulty and just like go through them. There's flying. You can grow wings and like fly. Like it's just crazy. Speed runs are going to be so much fun. I don't doubt it at all. It's going to be amazing. And
Dude, looks great. It looks
Dude.
gorgeous.
Y'all,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to try this out. So, with my 4080, I'm joining the 4K club.
You mean with your 5080?
5080. Wow. Yeah. Sorry.
Did you
It's
get
St.
you
Patty's
got a
Day. What can I
package? Did
say?
you get a package?
Yeah. I got a pretty good deal on a combo, I guess is what they're
Nice.
calling them.
Yeah.
And so I got an MSI 5080 coming and an MSI 4K 240 hertz quantum dot OLED
Nice.
with the 3-year warranty and stuff like that. And so it'll be neat. I know I think Umbra is a 4K guy. And it's just going to be an interesting transition because I've been an ultra wide guy for a very long time since Eric showed me his ultra wide that was 1440p and ran at like 100 hertz.
So I will say I
You've moved
love
forward, yep.
the 1440p's. They're so fun from like their sizing perspective, but from a streaming perspective, I
Mhm.
also want to move to a 4K because essentially I have to run it at a 2560 by 1440 to get the 16:9 aspect ratio so that I
Mhm.
can stream it better. So I get
Oh.
more than a 1080p, but like 4K is so good. So
And for like all sorts of the maths. So
Yeah.
for 720p,
Yeah.
for 1080p, for scaling, it's what 3-to-1 versus 2-to-1 to 4K. So it's better for all those things. Like, I think that an ultra wide is really great for immersion, but if your 4K monitor isn't tiny, I'm getting a 32-inch. So I don't think it's going to be quite as wide, but it will still be really big.
Yep.
Nat. You're right there.
Yeah, I'm fine.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be good. I kind of wish it was one of the ones that could do 480 hertz at 1080p as well, but I think there might be some sacrifices there. I'm not sure. And so honestly, 240 hertz is gonna be plenty. And if I have to not downscale, but like set the settings to 1080p to get high refresh rate on like a really intense game, I will. But honestly, Doom always runs incredibly.
Yeah.
Like,
They
It's gonna
optimize
run
that game really
amazing.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, id Software is one of the best FPS developers on the market.
Wait, so when you do speedruns, Umbra, are you not doing 4K? Do you change its resolution?
It probably tears like mad depending on the speed you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because if you're speedrunning and like it's as asset intensive as
1440. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds
That makes sense. Yeah. Because then you can make sure that you catch everything, and it's bright enough and clear enough that you can still pick out what you need. You need 250
Really?
FPS for certain skips.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I did know that like some speedrunning requires certain FPS to like work for sure.
That's wild. That's really cool though.
So, Doom, looking forward to it. The other thing I'm looking forward to is they just released a developer inside showcase of the next big patch that they're doing for No Rest for the Wicked, which we all played a while back. And
No Rest for the Wicked. Oh, I never played it.
You didn't play No Rest for the Wicked, Nat?
Haven't played it yet.
Oh man. Well, that's okay. It's still in early access. I don't
Oh,
even
no, I'm
know
not
if
stressed
this
about it.
next patch is going to be the time to like jump in or not. But the novelty of some of the features and all of the different things in that game are just so cool. I love the developers. I think it's got mixed reviews on Steam. And most of the reviews are like, I don't currently recommend this game. But I think the amount of cool things and cool features that they are trying to do in this game is so nice.
Wait, what are
And
they adding? Are we not getting co-op yet?
So I 1 second. Let me
See. So we're looking
Oh,
for
No Rest for the Wicked.
for the Wicked. What is it? Is there a name for the update?
Yeah, it's called the Breach or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, the Breach. So the Breach showcase. Let me see if they have a link to all of the stuff. It's a YouTube video is the biggest problem. So let's see.
Oh yeah, published a week ago.
Yeah. And
25
so
minutes long.
yeah. There's a lot. And they talk a lot about the systems and theory crafting, quality of life. But there's one big part of it that's really, really interesting.
Chonker.
Moon Studios has gotten rid of their publisher. They're going
That's
to
awesome.
self-publish.
Yeah.
So they did not like that their publisher was imposing stuff for this game.
They were shitting the bed for this game.
Yeah. And they were like, no, we want to make the changes that people want. We want to make this game's 1.0 release be what people want. Let us do it, or we're cutting ties. And the company
so
was
cut.
like, nope. And Moon Studios was like, okay, then we're cutting ties to make the game we want to make.
Dude, that's great.
And so
Good for them.
and in my head,
Good that they were able to do it. That they didn't
Yeah.
sign a contract that stopped them from being able
so
to do it.
they actually had to break their contract. So they are taking a monetary
they're taking a
negative.
loss.
They're taking a loss to be able to make the game they want to make.
Damn.
That's so
And
important
so-
though.
But look how
Yeah.
gorgeous this game is,
Dude,
man.
and so for me, I am excited for this game. I loved
Oh my
playing
God,
it.
I'm not sharing it.
I
There it is.
understand the
Oh,
people's.
me neither. Wow.
Bruh, we're just weak sauce.
It's all the Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
It's all the Irish whiskey.
All of it. But I understand like the negatives that people have brought up about this game. But I'm just so excited for the future of this game that I'm like, I want to support developers that are doing this type of thing. I really think that they have great ideas in this game, and I love the combat and the systems and the atmosphere. We're already 10 out of 10 in my book. So
look at that water, dude. Look at this.
I know, it just looks so nice. So I'm in for this. I was so excited watching through this trailer. I don't know if they mentioned multiplayer. I know it's top on their list for getting that into the game. I don't know if it'll be here for this patch or not. But
man,
I'm
so
excited
I don't know
for
if y'all ever noticed, but my first like big video that I made was actually WTF is No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah.
I published five months ago. I was a little I definitely enjoyed it, obviously. But of course, while doing it, I was very critical because I was trying to be.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
I'm sure mechanically there's some. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I mean, the getting rid of their publisher thing is so huge because there's so many games and also just general businesses that fall apart because of profits and their obligation to do what the suits tell them to do, because otherwise they get sued. Like,
Yeah.
It's so weird that if you want a good game or you want to do business, like you want a company that's not going to screw you in a way, you kind of have to like have it be privately owned by like one person or something like that.
What?
It's crazy.
Is he a fisticuffer?
This guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're adding
Oh, you
gauntlets.
suplexed him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're adding gauntlets for melee combat.
That's wild.
And one of the things that you can do is suplex people.
That is so sick.
Oh my god, so just a wrestler.
Yes. So I'm
that.
just super excited. I watched through this video last week and I really wanted to just kind of bring it up because it is something that I'm looking forward to.
Are they
I'm
still
gonna
doing
play the
co-op?
crap out of it. Yes, they still are 100% on for co-op. They talk about in the quality of life and replayability section that they're trying to make a system that essentially allows you to do Hades style co-op runs with boss modifiers and things like that, where once you've kind of like gone through the campaign and stuff like that, you have this rift system that is all co-op that you can grind different items and do different challenges and try out different builds. And they're going to keep fleshing that out. And
Is the story going to be solo?
no, the story is going to be 100% co-op. You can run through it as co-op too.
Cool.
So-
Okay.
That is a crazy
That was
animation.
a wild move. You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it looks just
Game looks great.
really good.
Yeah.
Really. And of course, it's Moon Studios. These are the guys that brought us freaking the Ori. Like,
Yeah. Of course, it's gonna look good.
yeah, it's good. Looks good. The story, even the story that we got, you're already introduced to like interesting characters, interesting worlds. There's
Ooh,
interesting
Fast
stuff
Ways. Let's
going
go.
on. It's just super nice. Super nice.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
It is,
Dude, like,
huge. Like, I feel like Moon Studios is already kind of close to being this like super giant level production company. They just haven't had the title that like has the breakout success that like Supergiant has had. But every single game that they've put out, I've always been super impressed by what they've delivered. I don't care about like whether their story was perfect or whatever. Like every single one was fun to play, and that's
100%.
really rare right now in the current gaming space.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
dude, when you first meet the whatchamacallit, the lady, and she's like not Seraphim, that's Diablo 2 or 3 or 4.
That's all of them.
That's all the Diablos. Yeah, the Seraphim.
But yeah, like the boat scene, and she's like introduced, just the number of the chills, like the goosebumps was insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Why are you here?" It's like, whoa.
bruh. Oh,
My bad.
and like I think this is the first time that I've seen a game where they have actual people. So the animation that's on their faces and like the subtle like expression shifts, I feel like it's something I haven't really seen before. So it's just like very impressive to see,
Dude.
going on, and like just the scale of like some of the stuff that they're already like proposing with this freaking teaser. Like I'm having a very hard time keeping track of what I'm saying because I'm always like, ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cool stuff. It's so nice.
Suplex them.
I know they're gonna succeed because just from and listening to them talk in this video, you can just tell how much care and thought they've put in to all of these different pieces. That they're gonna succeed with this, and the fact that they're trying to put the consumer and the people playing it first. It's so obvious in how the game is going to evolve into something that people want. So I just know it's going to succeed. So I'm super excited for it. Super excited.
Dude,
Sick.
with talking about like the facial animations, Nat, you reminded me that Star Citizen released a like inside Star Citizen video this week or something like that, and the main host goes to do some acting for the game. They have a huge studio for like motion capture. It's gigantic, like big enough that they can build a set within it to film the actors doing
Playing
the
out
thing.
the actual action. Yeah.
And so like y'all might not have seen this, but they showed like the first hour, maybe more in of the single player campaign that's coming out, Squadron 42, and it looks better than a lot of movies.
Oh, nice.
It's absolutely insane.
How many of these do I take?
Yeah, Squadron 42
up to
is gonna
3.
be so
Some
good.
people don't like taking 3 because it can be too much, I guess.
Yeah, I usually take 2. I like 2.
I mean, if you look at it, it's saying like for the B12 you're getting 4,000% if you take 3.
Yeah.
For B6 you're getting 1,000%. Like, so you're getting
So
more
it does,
than enough.
Yeah. It just depends on how much of those other vitamins you take throughout the day. Because not all of them are water soluble, so it can give you like a headache and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
None of it is going to be bad for you. It's just
I take these to not get the headaches, guys.
yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, so those were 2 things that I saw last week.
Coming up.
Okay. Yeah, they were just super exciting that I want to talk about that I was excited for.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm looking forward to those, and then of course going to continue down the. I want to continue down the Monster Hunter and Rivals grinds here coming up.
Anthony still needs to catch up, man.
Yeah, we gotta get a play session in so we can catch him up.
Yeah, Anthony.
Y'all never asked me to play, man.
Wow.
Well, to be fair, just that was mostly just this week. And like, I kid you not, when I was like 24/7 out of it this weekend, that was entirely accurate. So, but yeah,
I don't agree.
I will be streaming some Monster Hunter for sure.
Man,
tomorrow
I don't
evening
know if I still
and
can
later
stream
this
it
week.
because we're too far ahead at this point. We'd have to like.
What do you mean?
We have to have Anthony so that we can like experience the game via him.
What?
And just have his reaction in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be a letdown.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And there was another thing that I wanted to do just because I have been wanting to do it for a while. I only played like 6 or 7 hours of it previously, and I never sat down and actually beat the game. And so one of the things I want to do on stream soon is I want to go through and just beat Infernax. So That's on my list of things to do.
Infernax.
Yeah, it's by the Berserk Studio crew. Remember we met them? We have the T-shirt for it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to beat that. Oh my goodness, that was so freaking loud. I hope that didn't go to the stream. But yeah, I want to go through and beat Infernax. I know there's like multiple endings, and I want to find all the cool stuff.
So you want 100% this game?
Not 100%. Not 100%.
Okay.
I want to play through it once, making the right choices, and then if I'm like, you know what, this other choice really had some cool aspects to it, maybe I'll go do that choice. You know.
Heard.
But I'm not 100%ing the game, probably, depending on how much stuff there is, for sure.
Heard.
But I do want to play through it and actually beat it. It does have co-op.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I think it might be split screen though. I don't know if it's got online co-op, unfortunately.
Well, bully to that, or whatever the English people say.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really interesting game. Essentially, it's kind of got the Undertale vibes, where you can either kill things or save things, and your choices about what you kill versus what you save determines how the game goes, and that kind of determines what your ending will be. And otherwise, it's very much a Castlevania style game. So, not to everybody's cup of tea, but
you have to be careful.
What it is. Yeah. So,
I was gonna say, just as like an observation, because now I'm like looking through like what's upcoming right now, because I've kept pretty much abreast of most of the regular releases, and I'm like, okay, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. That's not my thing. But I've also noticed that there's been a big uptick in Hades clones.
100%. Everybody wants to be the next
viral hit for that roguelite style game. Yeah.
And the problem is that there isn't a next one. Like, you have to innovate. That's why Cult of the Lamb was the next Hades, right? Yeah. That was the next step. And people can be like, oh, well, the Cult of the Lamb isn't as good. And sure, we can argue like preferences all day, but that company is now going to turn into a super giant style games where they're making high quality games because of Cult of the Lamb, because that was their bastion.
And they did something new.
You have to, in that type of space, you can't just clone Hades. You have to innovate. There is one caveat, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is Windblown.
Okay. My thing about Windblown. It's too much like Dead Cells.
I think that is a good thing. So, for example, this company, Motion Twin, who is the developer of Windblown and Dead Cells. Dead Cells was their bastion, right?
Yeah.
Windblown is their entry into a game like Hades, with one particular caveat: online co-op. There is not a good Hades clone that has online co-op. Windblown is the best one by far. When this releases into a 1.0 release, if they just keep making this game better, the fact that it is online co-op is going to be the deciding factor for this getting bigger and bigger.
Go ahead.
I'm so dumb that I was like, wait, what are you talking about? There is a game that does co-op like Hades. We played it.
That's this. It is Windblown.
Oh yeah, this is the game that we played. Okay.
Dingus.
Yeah, this being on Steam Deck, this being online co-op, and having as much polish as Hades is literally what's going to carry this game. And here's the thing: now there is nothing you can do on this genre that isn't covered by Windblown or Hades, in my opinion. Like, you either want to play with your friends and do it, or you want a cool story and you want to play it alone, and you're doing Hades. Those are your two things. You need innovation outside of it.
I would say you are correct in the sense that this is like already kind of creating its own groundswell behind the model that it's presenting. Like, full stop. My only caveat is that the mechanics of the fighting, the mechanics of the game, is very reminiscent of previous editions of what they've made. Like, it feels like I'm playing a version of Dead Cells that is a roguelite. That's not always a bad thing. It's just different, right?
Agreed.
For me, it's different. It's a non-selling point, because when I played Dead Cells, I was like, why is it so hard for me to make any form of progress in this game? And like, I played Windblown for like a good 2 days, pretty much straight. And I don't think I made it past the boss that we eventually had to fight until like the second day. And even after that second day, it was like, oh yeah, and it's like super hard still. Like, the stuff that you've unlocked, now it's going to kick your teeth in even harder.
Well, I will say, and we talked about this on if you go back, listeners, and you watch the New Year's Eve special, we go into depth about Windblown, and I say, I parrot a lot of what I'm saying there. Windblown has the Dead Cells item upgrade ideologies, right? Yeah. And so it feels similar to Dead Cells, and I think that's where you're pulling from.
Yeah.
However, Windblown, their innovation on this style of game and combat in general are the combo mechanics that they have, the timing combo mechanics that they have that feel really good, but they feel more akin to a fighting game than they do a Hades game.
Fair.
And that adds a layer of complexity
that will be
a wall that you have to get over.
Man, I don't want
to do more in the game, right?
I don't want to be a wall. I'm good at video games. Why am I not bad? I'm not good at this game.
Totally understand. It's just different because
I'm joking.
But it has these upgrade mechanics and these combo mechanics like Hades. But in Hades, you don't have to combo them very often. Your build just gets better and better and better exponentially. In Windblown, your build gets better exponentially if you perform the combos well enough. But if you don't, then your build only gets better linearly, but the game gets harder exponentially. So if you don't perform well enough in Windblown, at some point the game bodies you.
Yes, for sure.
Did we get to the Pal World boss? The Pal World Ball boss?
No.
Pal boss?
We got to this guy right here that's on the screen.
That's the Pal boss.
Yeah, we got to this guy.
You not see the Pal ball?
I see the Pal ball.
And
it's a Pal ball.
Okay. We
you know what not to say.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But me and Anthony, after you left, Nat, I think got past this into the next boss.
So you beat this boss after I left.
Yes.
So you're saying
I cannot confirm or deny. The only thing I can confirm is that we have a new reigning mod that has beat Ash at banning people.
Oh wow.
She got it in Taphaven.
Wow. Wow.
I can't see that.
Wow.
Yeah. I banned somebody.
Incredible.
Anyways, but yeah, Windblown is a fun game.
Yeah. It's really good.
It is
I like
fun.
it.
I think I would probably avoid playing this game alone, honestly.
I could see
full
that.
Stop.
I definitely know for me, this is a game I'm going to play on release for sure. But it's one of those where I played enough to know that I'm going to love this game. And now I'm going to wait until it's fully released so I can enjoy it and all of the glory the developer wants me to enjoy it.
I actually had that feeling about Monster Hunter. I was like, I could play Monster Hunter right now, but I don't really want to play it alone. So I played Star Citizen.
I think that's fair, honestly.
This total shift. Oh my god.
Dude, yeah,
What?
this trailer is crazy. Oh, have you not been watching the trailer? Anthony,
Not that
they're
time. Oh
they're
my
getting
God.
like ripped apart. It's rough. It's rough.
Jesus.
Yeah, they
That's
run off
crazy.
and they get zapped.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god! By the creators of Dead Cells. Yeah, and like, I'm guessing like they're gonna try and do like cutscenes and stuff as well. Like,
Well,
they're
they had a few. They they plan to do more of them as far as I know.
yeah.
But yeah, they only have like 1 or 2 cutscenes right now that were implemented into the game.
One thing I'll also say: some of these bosses, some of the movements of these monsters, is so strange. If that makes it, like, it's so
I could
fast.
see that. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if y'all ever played this. There's a game called Fury, Furi.
Yeah.
It feels the monsters in particular feel a lot like Fury bosses. And Fury was a crazy cool game. Essentially, Fury is this style of top-down combat game, and all it is bosses.
It's just boss rush.
It's like 8 bosses. You do them in a row, and in between the bosses, you have these cinematic, cool walks to the next boss. You're like this samurai character, and then you do epic boss fights. Each boss fight is like a 5 to 10 phase boss fight with different mechanics that you have to learn over fighting this boss over and over again. And when you finally get it, it feels so good. And each boss fight gets more cinematic, more crazy, adds more mechanics, and just goes off the wall. It's one of those games that, like, it has great music. It is just a hype train all the way through.
Yeah.
You're just making me want to play Sekiro.
It's pretty much Sekiro before Sekiro.
It feels like a top-down Sekiro type of deal.
Yeah. And it's simplistic though. Like,
So what we're looking at right now is not gameplay, then?
It is gameplay.
Because it's top down.
Yeah, no. This is cinematic.
It shifts perspective.
It does shift perspective.
Is it isometric?
It is isometric, yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So it's top-down isometric. It controls similar to like a Diablo 4
Have we seen
style
a
of thing.
Repo?
Um,
Repo. Anybody seen Repo?
Oh, Repo is kind of like a Lethal Company game with some aspects of like paranormal. Oh my gosh, the music is loud.
Oh, this
sound.
looks.
So yeah, here's Repo, which there's a few games we need to play. We
It's so
still need to play
stupid.
that
It's so
chained up
stupid
game.
looking.
It's like paranormal or what's it called? It's like
we
Lethal
explode?
Company.
Lethal Company, yeah.
Yeah.
You could put them in the toilet. Okay. Okay.
Supposedly it's really, really good. I'm totally down to play it. However, my only caveat is, Anthony, you showed us a game a few weeks ago, and anytime I think about this game or a game like Lethal Company, I actually just want to play that game. And it's the one with the furry animal characters that are like running away. Begone Beast?
Yeah, it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
I want to play that.
That
I'm
game
thinking
looks so
Nat
fun.
showed you that.
I showed it to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I showed it to
I was
the,
like,
to
I
the
don't
stream.
know what
Yeah.
this is.
No. I think Anthony showed it to both of us initially. You
No,
were
I
watching.
showed-
Nope,
I showed
it was
all
Nat.
of you this.
Was it Nat?
This was
me.
definitely Nat. Yeah.
This was
I might have been the person sharing the screen, 'cause that's what I do.
No, because it was shown in the Game Awards show, and you were the only one who watched it, and you walked us through all the
this
Game
one
Awards
was
show.
this one was Nat. I remember distinctly because I think Mel. We were all like, I thought Mel brought it up because that one girl, that's Mel. That's Mel's
I
face.
see.
It's
I
Mel's
see.
face. Yeah.
That's Mel's
I
face.
see.
We're,
Okay.
hold on, we gotta rewind. Like that is. Oops. Turn that. That is Mel's face.
What? You better watch yourself.
We have seen that face.
I've seen that face for sure. The pushing, the anger. Like, she's just
That is-
cute, man.
That is
Yes.
adorable.
But anytime I see like Repo,
So we will
or
have a
Lethal
Taphaven
Company,
Plays, and Mel will be
Yeah.
joining us.
Yeah.
Yes.
She would play this. She would definitely play this.
I want to play this game so badly.
That'd be
Every time I
Same.
think about it, I'm like, this just looks so fun.
And it's not out yet.
I know.
It says it's supposed to be out. It said it was supposed to be out like already, but like it's not available. There's no talk about like when it's actually coming out.
You know when it's coming
There's
out,
No,
Matt. You know when it's coming out?
Release date. What?
October.
No.
Well, they released a
And in this moment, on at least Taphaven and Astolfo's stream, Nat has like gothic green castle
I know,
on his
I know.
walls.
I know.
Like, the
Look,
timing.
look. I'm gonna for next stream. I'm gonna lower the chunk amount. That'll hopefully fix it.
Chunk them out.
But
But yeah, this is coming out in October because it's creepy.
So good.
they should come out.
It's creepy.
I am hoping that they do a 1.0 release in October. However, they're likely going to do an early access release this year, and then they're actually probably not going to release it until next, like a 1.0, until next October.
Oh, important release note. Hold on.
Yeah. So they just said
To
that
later this year.
Yeah, later
we've
this
been we've been excited to hit our initial release date, but we just aren't there yet. We just okay.
Y'all know what I'm still waiting for? That this just reminded me of.
What's that?
What is it? Sus. Oh my god, I can't remember the game. Everyone's sus. Among Us VR.
Bruh.
Oh yeah.
VR is still not widespread enough
It's
for us
not
to
where
play
it needs to be.
Among Us
Yeah.
VR, which
No.
would be so cool.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh,
Apple, hurry up. Release an Apple Vision that people can actually afford.
Bro.
I know, right?
Apple's struggling. Like their AI integration isn't even set to be
That doesn't
done
exist,
for their
you mean?
phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even set to be done until 2027.
Hey, maybe instead of telling people, "Hey, we're gonna do something," you just do it.
You
and
just
then
do
tell
it,
them about
and
it.
then
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's logic. You know,
It's because
maybe,
yeah.
crazy,
It's pre-release logic. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
let's
But-
pre-sell this.
I'm excited to play some games with y'all. I just wish the games that I'm most excited for were already out.
Yeah. Agreed.
Y'all, we still need to play this. Chained
Together.
together.
I'm not playing that with y'all. I'm
Come
sorry.
on. What do you mean?
I'm
This is perfect.
sorry. I
It's
can't. I don't think our
perfect.
relationship would survive.
I don't know if Nat is a Fadian Games person. Anyways.
I am not. I am not.
Come on, get
not.
over it.
Oh, Ash wants
Get
you to.
over
Nat.
it. Wow.
Ash needs you to.
Do you know the reference in that?
Yes, I do know
Okay.
the reference. I was
Otherwise, I
like,
sound like a huge jerk.
I will not be
Yeah.
wearing.
Nikov, what's up, dude? Nikov could join us.
What's up, Nikov?
We could have
Let's
a fourth.
go.
No, don't do it, Nikov.
Yeah, bring
Don't go into
Nikov
the
in.
light.
We'll definitely make it
Yes.
to the end.
Don't go. Don't go into the light. I feel like Anthony is just like kind of shooting us in the foot.
We need it.
He's
You beat
trying to
Wilds
get-
yet? Nat beat Wilds, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
Nat,
I didn't.
Nat
th-
is
nobody
Nat
has
has
beaten
won.
Wild, guys.
You're level
Nobody's
100.
even
You
close
beat
to
it.
beating Wild right
Can
now.
you level up anymore?
Yes.
Yeah,
Past 100.
Yes.
you can get all the way to Hunter rank 999.
Yeah,
What?
guys.
Okay, never mind.
And the game isn't like, even for people who will get to 999, which is very possible. I've talked about this in the previous podcast. It's not going to be done because they have just not hit you with with the monsters that you're actually going to be hunting at the end game. We're still so early in the game. So
Yeah. I mean, we still have.
No. Nat, we're not even early in the game. Like you said, this is the beta.
yeah, this is just the beta, guys. This is just the beta. They haven't even
Until-
given us
so
the full
much.
game yet.
Until they release the Elder Dragons,
It's not even the Elder Dragons. Once you get into the Black Dragon hunts, like the
well, yeah. I
the
just mean
Apex
like,
monsters. Well, sorry, not the Apex monsters. The variants that like they bring, like the Silver Rathlos,
yeah.
the Golden Rathian, the what is it? The Berserk Tigrex. You have Moon Shadow. Nargacuga. You have
Yeah.
a ton of stuff.
Nicaragua.
Bruh. Pretty much. But yeah, like all that to say that we have barely scratched the surface at this point. I'm really excited for what they bring, but we're not there yet. Don't worry. Don't worry. Soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Oh.
The only goal right now is to get into high rank.
Yeah. The only
So
goal,
that
well,
so that
yeah.
when the next content go into high rank and get the armor set that you want,
Uh-huh.
so that way when the next stuff comes out, you don't have to do anything to start doing the cool stuff.
Yeah.
You just
which we are
just
like
get to do.
we're like almost 2 weeks out from that at this point. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think even like the Mizutsune release is coming very soon.
Yeah.
So like that on top of just like, God, everything else, man. You're just
Dude.
you're in for a treat.
I only care for one release, and that is, when is Chef Cat back?
It's coming. I'm
Is
telling
it?
you guys, Chef Cat is
What is that
coming.
noise? Oh, it's so loud.
It's
I'm so
so
sorry.
loud.
Anthony.
I
Uh,
snoozed.
S-
I
yeah,
snoozed
no.
that part of my brain that mutes things.
Chef Cat is coming. Don't worry. They've heard your pleas.
Yeah, they that was a ball.
That was an
drop right there.
immediate-
You know how disappointing it is
Kickback.
to play the beta? You go up to the dude with the tomato hat. He goes, "Sorry, I can't help you right now, but I'll be able to help you soon." And then you start to play the
Bro.
game, and you go to him, and he's like, "Hey, here's some ingredients. Talk to you never. Bye."
Later, nerd.
Yeah. Later.
Yeah. Way to try so hard to try and get my attention. What are you, stupid?
First, Banhammer first. Sorry, I was just
Oh,
wanting to let
nope,
y'all know
I got
that.
it. I got
No,
it.
no, you did not.
It said I got it.
It says banned by Boardaman.
Mine says banned by me.
You're both
Just to
very
make
pretty.
you feel
You're
better.
both very
I'm
pretty.
prettier.
Okay.
I'm.
You're both very pretty, though.
Look how bald I am. I'm prettier.
Oh my god. But yeah, the games are looking better. I'm feeling the want to like actually like
It shows a
invest
different
in
person in
certain
each
games.
chat. Really?
That's crazy.
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 Yeah, I banned it in Taphaven chat, but
I
it originated
see.
in Mellow King.
Did I beat Wilds yet? I mean, yeah. Pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's no big
Once-
deal. No,
once
I'm
you
joking.
get, once you get your armor set and your Ardian weapon and the stuff that you want. Actually, I would argue that even the in-game grind doesn't even matter right now because you're
the
gonna
end
get
game grind doesn't matter unless you're like going into like optimization or you're just
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
with
yeah.
friends. It's fun.
yeah,
if, like,
yeah.
everybody, because those memories don't the memory part of it is probably still the most fun of it. Like there are certain things that people have done like either online or like whenever we've been playing together that I'm like, yeah, that's the reason why I play this game.
Yeah,
Like,
I was talking to Jason, and or I think, I don't know if you were there. It might have been right after you got off. But I was talking to Jason. This game, the goal of this game is to get to a point where you can have just absolutely cool moments that you just don't get to do until you have a level of mastery in the game of training on certain weapons, right? Like when you get a clash into a mount, into knocking it down, right into an offset hit the minute he comes up,
yeah.
and then he's dead in like 5 minutes, and you're like, I feel so nice.
I still have one dream, and that dream is that someone will eventually maybe just buy. Okay, wait. Activision Blizzard, buy Monster Hunter
No.
the Monster Hunter devs.
Someone
Just
else.
Buy. Is it Capcom? Buy them, and have them make your raids. Have Monster Hunter Wilds
Level
game
raids.
mechanics as an MMORPG raid, where it's not just
Yeah.
push this button. Oh, let it land there. Oh, that person's dying. F2 heal. Okay.
Did you ever
Oh,
play Terra back in the day?
I don't think so.
So I'm not saying
Kinda similar.
Yeah, Terra wasn't 100% there yet. It was so early in its time, but man, Terra raiding was literally that on a minor scale. Obviously, this game's like 15 years old at this point, so like there's a lot of dated aspects to it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but if a Terra 2 were to release today, it would literally be Monster Hunter Wilds with 25 people in the raid, because it was a real-time action-oriented combat system with healing, all that stuff.
That's what people want. I mean, come on, solo leveling. Let's go.
Dude, Terra was amazing. Terra was such a cool game. It was just too early
bullet
in
hell?
its time. Yeah, so they had a once they added flying mounts to the game, which
They added
felt really
raids
weird.
on the flying mounts.
Yeah, they added some mechanics where you would go like fly through different sections, just like WoW did. WoW actually stole that idea for their flying raid sections in the previous expansion in a lot of ways.
I see.
But yeah, this game literally was doing what you're talking about, Anthony. It was such a cool idea
for the time.
Yes, it was super dated. It was very clunky, right? Like it was volume.
It's very thoughty. There's a lot of male gaze going on in this game.
Yeah. Like it's a Korean. I think it was Korea that.
Y'all, I have to admit that until the last episode I watched, which was probably episode 9, it was all worth it for solo leveling. Didn't realize we were set in Korea.
Oh, what?
Japan.
Yeah.
And they're like, the Japanese are going to help us. The Japanese.
And you're like,
I'm
wait.
Aren't we already the fucking Japanese? Y'all are speaking Japanese and subtitles.
No,
or not in the voice acting.
You got to remember, it's a Korean.
It's a Korean manhwa.
How am I supposed to have known that?
We've told you.
No.
No. When they start the very opening scene of the first episode,
and it says it's set in Korea.
Yeah.
Son of a.
It literally talks about being in Korea.
Look, details matter, and I'm gonna die because I can't pay attention.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair, but it's not because they didn't say it. I promise they did. But but yeah, they. I would love to see an MMO. Like the closest thing that we're gonna get is free for all PvP in Terra was so crazy neat.
Yeah, it was nutsy.
It was so good. The closest thing that we're going to get to something like Terra and something that you're talking about, in my opinion, is going to be Ashes of Creation when it comes
released
out.
Yeah.
It's got combat that is very close to this style. Now, will they create raids and PvE content that is good enough to what you're saying? I don't know yet. They haven't said, they're not 100% focused on that yet. But their combat feels very visceral. So I'm hopeful. If Ashes of Creation goes through and at some point
does
really
what it's supposed
focuses
to do.
on raids and PvE content being in the world that is useful, then
honestly, like
it'll do it.
I think something that'll set them apart from just so many other games is physicalization of loot.
Oh yeah, dude! If I could craft,
which is kind of their whole
all my stuff
goal,
Not just crafting, like, oh, you want to go to a new town, you can't just transfer your stuff. You have to move it, and you could get raided by a bunch of thieves and lose everything.
Talked about this. You talked about this in the game.
I don't disagree that that's a cool concept. However, every game that has tried that has failed in implementing that mechanic in a fun way.
You're wrong. That is the only fun thing about Sea of Thieves. That is
he got us
fair.
He got us, Eric.
That is one of the most awesome attributes of this lovely game called Star Citizen.
So,
oh my god.
Let me put it this way. That part that you're talking about, those aspects that are fun from those games, are getting a piece of loot from the world back to being in your control at a place. However, when you want to move said items from your space in one area to another space that is also your area, if that becomes intrinsically difficult to do, but also a main part of like the gameplay loop, no game has implemented it in a way that is fun.
Yes, they have. It's just not fun for the people that don't like losing their stuff.
And
it's fun because when you have that stuff and you live in this city. So remember, what was the game that everyone from Amazon Studios that had really New World. New World wanted you to be dedicated to a city, right? And if they had implemented this gameplay mechanic, that would have been done better. Because
they did implement
it's
this
not
gameplay
fun.
Mechanic, though,
no,
in
they
New
did.
World.
You didn't have to. You they had a shared loot pool.
No,
You
they
could
didn't. You had to move it from city to city
They got rid of that.
manually.
No,
They did
removed
because so
it
many
very
people
quickly.
hated it.
No. Not so many people hated it. The vocal minority hated it. Then they will always hate it because they go, well, we earned this and you took it away from me.
The vocal minority
Is a very legit thing.
is a very it's a real
It's
thing.
real.
I don't think there is a vocal minority of people who, when in transit of moving things, or just in general, whenever they get things and they're moving it from point A to point B, not even like the movement. If they get stuff and somebody takes their stuff, the vocal minority is not the people that hate it. The vocal,
They
the
freak
vocal
out every
majority
time.
are the people that hate it. The vocal,
No,
the
it's not a
silent
vocal
minority
majority.
are the people who are like, oh, if that's the mechanic, then let's go ahead and
No,
start pirating.
the thing about a vocal minority is that it is a minority of people that are online and vocal no matter what. Most players don't actually go and speak. That's where the minority comes from. And then they're vocal about it and stuff like that. And so, yeah, no one wants to lose their stuff. But guess what happens? The people that speak out about it don't understand how it's making their game better. So in like New World, if you're afraid of losing your stuff when you move it, you now actually embrace a location more.
But
you're
the biggest problem
leave.
with that isn't that moving it in every case. In a lot of these games, it's about location control. And so a lot of people will just not play for 2 or 3 days, come back, and then not be able to access their stuff for an indefinite amount of time. And that feels bad when your choices in the game and your ability
you're talking
to do
very
the game,
specific about New World where you like lose who's in control
but it's
of
not just
area.
New World. A lot of the games that at least that I have played, like Albion Online,
V-Rising.
the older Lineage game, the V-Rising games, the New World, even Guild Wars, not Guild Wars, the other location. Oh my gosh, there's another MMO that does this.
Noobs. They're noobs.
Yeah, they are.
Black Desert. Black
Desert. Yeah.
Like these style of games implemented that. And I'm not saying that the mechanic is the problem. I am saying that the implementation up until now has had flaws that are glaring, and the developers have abandoned them because if there is a flaw in that system, it kills the player base really quickly.
It comes off really toxic if there's flaws. Yeah.
And that's the problem you have. I'm not saying that the mechanic is bad. I'm just saying that a developer has to come in and actually put tender love and care into making it perfect, because if it's very
easy to do bad.
Bipolar, right? Like either people will love it when it's finally done well, or everybody will hate it, right?
Yeah. So like for instance, Star Citizen right now doesn't have it implemented, so there's a lot of people upset, but they have different levels of security in terms of star systems. They don't have a fully secure star system out right now, but in it, you have so much protection by like the government and the military that no one can steal your stuff. Yeah. If someone tries to attack you, guess what? Big Brother shows up and they blow them out of the sky. You're fine. You're safe. It's almost like a PvE zone. But right now, that's not how it is for Star Citizen. You have like a basically no security star system and a I guess
West.
No, you have like a high security but not full security system. So like Star Citizen, sorry, the original place is called Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
That first star system is like high security but not full security, because you can go and take out like the eye in the sky and then get away with stuff, and you can just kill people and stuff like that. But yeah, speaking of Star Citizen, do you see this Hello Kitty outfit that they have?
I saw the Hello Kitty outfit a few times, and I was like,
so Ash says it's sinful because there's no ears. So it's
true.
Trash.
Valid.
She's absolutely correct.
She's 100% correct.
The funny thing is, though, they actually do have Hello Kitty gear that has ears on it.
I was about to say what they need are the ear headphones.
Yep. The
Oh, yeah,
Neko
yeah,
that's what they
Neko
do.
headphones.
The reason
Because
this one
that'd be
doesn't
a
have
realistic
ears.
way to like put it in
Yeah.
without just
Yeah.
having it on the helmet. Like having a headset makes sense for the game, right? You
Yeah.
can do it like Escape from Tarkov or something like that, where it helps you auditorily. You know.
So the reason you can see here that it doesn't have ears is they're showcasing the release of the first racing gear.
Oh, nice.
So you got to be aerodynamic, right? That's the
Gotcha.
whole reason.
I'm just saying the ears create downward pressure, so I don't understand.
They
why.
do. So they would make you
Uh,
faster, obviously.
exactly. Exactly.
100%.
The cool
I-
thing is, I think this is the first set of gear that they've introduced in game that does more than just armor, because it's supposed to reduce G forces on you.
Oh, that's
So like I have a ship in the game where when I take off, I'm almost always blacking out because it's that fast.
Huh?
It's one of the racing ships shown here called a Razor, but I have the stealth version so you can sneak up on people
Oh,
and steal their stuff. But yeah. Speaking of though, I actually made friends with a bunch of Canadians this weekend playing Star Citizen.
Nice.
They showed up in my hangar via a bug, and I thought we were going to lose all of our stuff, and they thought they were going to lose all their stuff, and then they ended up helping us out
A bunch
and
of
being nice guys, because that's how Canadians are.
Nice.
just good people.
Yeah, just great people.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
with that, my guys, I do want to get a little bit of a break before I have to go do Gloomhaven for a few hours. So another wonderful addition to the podcast.
Yeah,
Again,
great job with only 3 days since the last one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had like I said, I had so many things I wanted to talk about in the previous one that we didn't get time for, so it just worked out perfect.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, we'll make sure to like and subscribe to all the stuff. Follow us on
All of us.
all the
Yeah.
socials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're all linked in all of the channels. Really, you can pretty much find everything.
Not mine.
Yeah. Yours
I mean,
is,
it
yours is
probably
all
should
there,
be,
too.
honestly.
Yeah.
No, I mean, my channel does not have y'all's
Oh,
pages.
I see. I see where yeah. I got you. But yeah, definitely if you're interested in all the martial arts judo stuff, check out the ice box on the Black Ice Fitness channel on YouTube. That podcast is going to be super fun as well. And of course, go watch all our previous stuff. And yeah, everybody have a wonderful week. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
I paused my game to be here. I'm
Kawaii
going pause it.
desu ne.